Searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name. Grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the channel. I am Langumager and I invite you to watch. If you like this video, leave me thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Okay, today we will be read, play and talk. Okay, how do you do today? Today is Friday, 6th October 2023. Study shows the effects spreading through diamond faster than the speed of sound. Settling a half-century of debate, researchers have discovered that tiny linear defects can propagate through a material faster than sound waves do. These linear defects or dislocations are what give metals their strength and workability, but they can also make materials fail catastrophically, which is what happens every time you pop the pull tab on a can of soda. The fact that they can travel so fast gives scientists a new appreciation of the unusual types of damage they might do to a broad range of materials in extreme conditions, from rock ripped apart by an earthquake rupture to aircraft shielding materials deformed by extreme stress, said Laura Dresselhaus-Mare, a professor at the Department of Energy's SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory and Stanford University, who co-led the study with Professor Norimaza Aozaki at Osaka University. Until now, No one has been able to directly measure how fast these dislocations spread through materials, she said. Her team used X-ray radiography similar to medical X-rays that reveal inside of the body to clock the speed of the propagating dislocations through diamond, yielding lessons that should apply to other materials too. They describe the results today in science. One moment, please. Chasing the speed of sound. Scientists have been debating whether dislocations can travel through materials faster than sound does for nearly 60 years. A number of studies concluded that they could not, but some computer models indicated that yes, they could, provided that they started out moving at faster than sound speed. Getting them instantaneously up to this speed would require a tremendous shock. For one thing, sound travels a lot faster through solid materials than it does through air or water, depending on the nature and temperature of the material, among other factors. Getting them instantaneously Greco, I don't understand. Scientists oh. Getting them instantaneously up to this speed would require a tremendous shock. For one thing, sound travels a lot faster through solid materials than it does through air or water, depending on the nature and temperature of the material, among other factors. While the speed of sound through air is generally given as 761 meters per hour, it's 3,355 meters per hour through water and an incredible 40,000 meters per hour in diamond, the hardest material of all. Complicating things even more, there are two types of sound waves in solids. Longitudinal waves are like the ones in air, but because solids put up some resistance to the passage of sound, they also host slower moving waves known as transverse sound waves. Knowing whether ultrafast dislocations can break either of these sound barriers is important from both the fundamental science and practical points of view. When dislocations move faster than sound speed, they behave quite differently and result in unexpected failures that have thus far only been modeled. Without measurements, no one knows how much damage those ultrafast dislocations can do. If a structural material fails more catastrophically than anyone expected because of its high rate of failure, that's not so good, said Kento Katagiri, a postdoctoral scholar in the research group and first author of the paper. If it's a fault rupturing through rock during an earthquake, for instance, it could cause more damage to everything. We need to learn more about this type of catastrophic failure. The results of this study, the Dresselhaus-Mare added, could suggest that what we thought we knew about the fastest possible materials failure was wrong. The pop-top effect. To get the first direct images of how fast dislocations can travel, the Dresselhaus-Mare and her colleagues performed experiments at the SACLA X-ray free electron laser in Japan. They did the experiments on tiny crystals of synthetic diamond. Diamond offers a unique platform to study how crystalline materials fail, Katagiri said. For one thing, its deformation mechanism is simpler than those observed in metals, making it easier to interpret these challenging ultrafast X-ray imaging experiments. Look at these two pictures. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. To understand the damage mechanisms, we need to identify features in our images that are unambiguously dislocations and not other types of defects, he said. When two dislocations meet, they attract or repel each other and generate even more dislocations. Pop open a can of soda made from an aluminum alloy. And the many dislocations that are already in the lid created when it was shaped into its final form interact and spawn new dislocations by the trillions, which cascade into absolute critical failure as the top of the can flexes and the pop top snaps open. Those interactions and how they behave govern all the mechanical properties of materials we observe. In diamond, there are only 4 types of dislocation, while iron, for instance, has 144 different possible types of dislocations. House Mare said. Diamond may be much harder than metal, the researchers said, but much like a soda can, it will still bend by forming billions of dislocations if it's shock hard enough. Making X-ray images of shock waves at SACLA, the team used intense laser light to generate shock waves in diamond crystals. Then they essentially took a series of ultra-fast X-ray images of the dislocations forming and spreading on a timescale of billions of seconds. Only X-ray free electron lasers can provide X-ray pulses short enough and bright enough to capture this process. The initial shock wave split into 2 types of waves that continue to travel through the crystal. The first wave, called an elastic wave, temporarily deformed the crystal. Its atoms bounced back into their original positions right away, like a rubber band that's been stretched and released. The second wave, known as a plastic wave, permanently deformed the crystal by creating small errors in the repeating patterns of atoms that make up the crystal structure. Look at this. Stacking folds, elastic wave front, shock direction, dislocation, propagation. These tiny shifts or dislocations create stacking faults where adjustment layers of the crystal shift with respect to each other, so they don't line up the way that they should. The stacking faults propagate outward from where the laser hit the diamond, and there is a moving dislocation at the leading tip of each stacking fault. With X-rays, the researchers discovered that the dislocations spread through diamond faster than the speed of the slower type of sound waves. The transverse waves, a phenomenon that had never been seen in any material before. Now, Katajuri said the team plans to go back to an X-ray free election facility, such as SACLA or SLAC Linear Coherent Light Source LCLS to see if these locations can travel faster than the higher longitudinal speed of sound in diamond, which will require even more powerful laser shock. If and when they break that sound barrier, he said, they will be considered truly supersonic. Leora Dresselhaus-Mare is an investigator with the Stanford Institute for Materials and Sciences, SIMES, at SLAC, and the Stanford Pulse Institute. Researchers from Osaka University, the Japan Synchrotron Radiation Research Institute, Riken Spring 8 Center, and Nagoya University in Japan. DOE Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, Coulomb Science Center in the UK, and École Polytechnique in France also contribute to this research. Okay. Okay.
infinity and back again. On to them. Young dog and a talking. You know once in the shine, don't vex when you get married. Me nah make trouble stress my brain. Cut checks me, I cut to the chase. Start never second hand, never second hand. parts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue.
Okay, let's continue today's stream. And now we read about biology. Okay, paleontologists find first molecular evidence of ginger pigment molecules in fossil frogs. Paleontologists at the University College Cork, UCC, have found the first molecular evidence of pheomelanin, the pigment that produces ginger coloration in the fossil record. The new study reports the preservation of molecular fragments of the pigment pheomelanin in 10 million year old frogs. Adding molecular analysis to the paleontologists' arsenal when reconstructing the original colors of extinct organisms. The study, published today in Nature Communications, was led by paleontologists Dr. Tiffany Slater and Prof. Marian McNamara of UCC's School of Biological, Earth and Environmental Sciences, BEES, and Environmental Research Institute, ERY. They worked with an international team of scientists at Fujita Health University, Japan, Linni University, China, and Lund University, Sweden. Dr. Slater said, "This finding is so exciting because it puts paleontologists in a better place to detect different melanin pigments in many more fossils. This will paint a more accurate picture of ancient animal color and will answer important questions about the evolution of colors in animals. Scientists still don't know how or why pheomelanin evolved, because it is toxic to animals, but the fossil record might just unlock the mystery." Can fossils preserve molecular evidence of melanin pigments? Our experiments predict that molecular traces of melanin pigments can survive fossilization with distinct chemical signatures for different melanin types. Pheomelanin-rich tissue, eumelanin-rich tissue. We can use these molecular signatures to interpret the melanin composition of fossil tissues. The study reports the first molecular evidence of eumelanin in fossil feathers from Confuciornis 125 MA. The first molecular evidence of pheomelanin in the fossil record preserved in 10 million year old frogs. Okay, let's continue. This team performed rigorous laboratory experiments on black ginger and white feathers to track how pheomelanin pigments degrade during the fossilization process, which backs up their interpretations of the fossil chemistry. Professor McNamara, senior author on the study set, fossils are invariably altered by the ravages of heat and pressure during burial, but that doesn't mean that we lose all original biomolecular and information. Our fossilization experiments were the key to understanding the chemistry of the fossils and proved that traces of biomolecules can survive being cooked during the fossilization process. There is huge potential to explore the biochemical evolution of animals using the fossil record when we account for chemical changes during fossilization. Okay. Let's see how look like the statistics of today's live. Only three persons. That's weird. Okay. Okay, so thanks for watching, and if you like this video, leave me thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Thank you and bye bye.